65 nautical miles across the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah. Here we go. There's the Gulf. Here in the corner, and it's just like, boom.
Don't worry!
No worries!
No worries!
This is supposed to be the worst.
Hi, we're Jen, Elliot, and Ollie. In 2019, we left the United States and backpacked through 11 countries, all before deciding to come back home and try something completely new, pivoting into boat life. Our current adventure is America's Great Loop, a 6,000-mile journey through small towns, big cities, and the wilderness from the eastern portion of the United States, through the Great Lakes and Canada, and down the Midwest rivers, all aboard our home on the water, Pivot. Make sure you subscribe as we share our journey through the highs, lows, and everything in between.
It's time for the crossing.
Today's the day that we cross the Gulf of Mexico.
We have been hyper laser focused on the weather for the past 2 weeks, planning today, and the weather has held up as of this morning. So
yeah, so we have a buddy boat that we'll be traveling with, New Bearings, and we are heading to Steinhatchee, which is one of 2 options when doing your Gulf crossing.
We are a little bit anxious, definitely have been thinking about this for a lot, but if you want to be a sailor, you gotta leave port.
Yeah.
And port is just anchorage and sailing is cruising, but time to do the crossing.
Yeah, we're just doing it hopefully with good weather.
Yeah, as you guys know, we've done a lot of open water cruising on this channel, on the loop, and we've learned a few things. One, the weather. We're not gonna get into that, but we've learned how to prepare the boat. So, everything is put away. The Berkey in the sink. All of our utensils in the sink. This latched. Good. We have Fred tied down. We're all good to go. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Good start.
That's what I like to hear. Let it begin.
Now if you watched our last video, you'll know that we anchored on the farthest, I guess, east side of Dog Island, because that saved us a few nautical miles of our crossing, which a few miles maybe doesn't sound like a lot, but when you go 6.5 knots, that's maybe a half hour, could be close to an hour, depending on how many nautical miles we actually saved. So we'll see how it works out, but the biggest difference is that it's not as easy to leave here. So we have to go out and around this shoal, and then we're in the Gulf and then open body of water. The other side of the anchorage, you kind of just have to hook a little corner and then you're out. So that's the trade-off, but I think as of now, the few miles that you save is way worth coming over here. There's the Gulf here in the corner, and it's just like, boom. The sun is rising obviously in the east, and we are crossing the Gulf from west to east, so it's just like, I don't know.
It's all illuminated.
It's welcoming us.
Yes, it is welcoming.
Yes, it is.
Little boy in a hurry to find his answers. And then I grew up, man, I fell hard. There was never a battle for redemption. Just a trickle, while I wait on the side of the road.
It was quite a bit more choppy leaving the anchorage than I expected it to be, because we have about 8 to 11 knots of wind all day today. So the wind is there, not super strong, it's there. We're beating into it, so it's gonna feel like maybe 12 knots or however fast we're going plus the wind. But right now the tide is leaving and the wind is opposing it. And whenever you have wind versus current, the sea state is quite a bit more rough. It's just a little bit more choppy. And now as we're kind of leaving land, you know, we have to get over this shoal. It's calming down a little bit. Not an insanely amount, but a little bit. We basically have 1 foot, 2 second period, which if it's like this all day, we'll consider this a great win.
Tell me all your secrets. Love me, I can feel it distant.
Look at that sunrise!
Yeah. Sailing directly into it.
Woohoo! That is beautiful. Smile with the rising sun. That song
Bob Marley's Three Little Birds.
is our most played song on our Spotify Wrapped playlist because leading into Lake Michigan, we played it on repeat.
For 7 straight hours.
Now we don't need to play it, we just know it.
We just know all the lyrics. But it's perfect because we are cruising into the rising sun. And we have no worries. No worries on board Pivot.
Smile
With the rising sun.
We're done with the shoaling. No problems. The charts and specifically sonar charts on Navionics was really accurate. So that really worked out well. Now we are going into deeper water, so we're not concerned about shoaling. And the cool thing is that on this side of the Gulf, there's really not that many crab pots, so we don't really need to be as high alert as when we come into Steinhatchee. So we are going 7 knots. Let's see how long we keep that up. 60 nautical miles to go. And I turned on the autopilot, so time to sit back and cruise.
Just wanted to give a little update. The scenery has not really changed. Surprise, surprise.
Although we have lost track of land. There is no land anymore.
Well, we can see land, but it's pretty far away. It's not close at all.
It's over there. Everywhere else there's no land, but
Yeah.
right there there's land.
Yeah, there's no land to be seen for probably, what, like 270-degree views? Like, just like a quarter of our view is land. But it's 9:30, so we've been cruising for about, what, 2.5 hours? And it's been going well so far. The waves have been a little bit larger than what was predicted, which is kind of what we all automatically assume whenever any wave predictions or forecasts come in, just like to add another foot or even potentially 2 feet to the forecast. But it's all been fairly comfortable, nothing too bad, and all of the waves have been on our bow, which is like my favorite way to take on the waves, because mentally and physically I get into a rhythm of just like moving with the boat and moving with the waves, which is actually quite peaceful when it's on the bow. But yeah, so far so good.
We are about halfway, which is kind of incredible. It seems like it's flying by. It's about 11:30, so we've been cruising for about 4.5 hours, and we have 33 nautical miles left to go. And some interesting statistics about where we are currently halfway. We are 20 nautical miles from the closest shore, which is off our port side. We are in 45 feet of water, and the swell is okay, not so bad. We're basically going right into it, which is kind of a perfect situation because we're not rocking. Boat's going a little bit forward and aft, but nothing bad at all, and it's turning out to be a great crossing. And the weather and the wind specifically is supposed to even get better throughout the day, so this is supposed to be the worst, and it is not bad, so that is woo, fantastic.
Yeah, we're having a spectacular day so far, which is really, yeah, really awesome. It's lunchtime aboard Pivot, and I made yesterday some chickpea salad to have in wraps and sandwiches in the next few cruises to make it really easy for us. And so it's like a curry chickpea salad with dates, apples, celery, some curry spices, mayo, some coconut flakes, yeah, a lot of good stuff, some cashews, and then we're also having some cheese and crackers alongside it.
Hey babe,
What?
there's land.
No way! Hey! That's what I like to see.
There is, it's over there.
We did
You
it.
can't see it on the
We're
camera,
getting
but it's there.
Knock on wood.
Wow!
Yeah, I cannot see it at all. It is easy peasy teeny weeny, but we did it.
Land ho!
Land ho! Oh, that's awesome.
And it's gotten significantly calmer out here. It is like very low, slow rollers. The breeze is a consistent maybe 5 knots or something. It's not bad at all.
It's lovely.
It's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely.
It's a lovely day to be on the water.
Learned everything about love in the early days. Somewhere we just messed it up and we lost our grace. Now we know we give it all just to see that place.
I just wiped the stainless steel hand railing where there's been a lot of spray over the past several hours, and this is all salt on my hand. Yeah,
How is it?
tastes like the Gulf of Mexico.
It's pretty wild. We are about 19 nautical miles away from our destination in Steenhatchee, and we're surrounded by jellyfish. I do not know if the camera got any of them, but they are pretty large. They're probably like, I don't know, the size of my hand maybe? But it's really hard to tell because we're pretty high up, so they could be really large. But they're just everywhere. It's just crazy.
We were giants. We were free. We're the ocean. We're the sea. We were giants. We were giants.
Cheers.
Cheers! We can see land, folks. We are about 12 nautical miles from our destination. I think I can see Steenhatchee in the distance, but it's hard to say. But we can see land. We're really not that far away. And now we kind of have to get back into worrying about crab pots and shoaling, because that's what is part of this coast of Florida. It's just tons of crab pots. So, something new. Well, we've seen crab pots before, and we've seen a lot of crab pots, especially in the Chesapeake Bay, but not in this area of Florida. It is almost like glass now too. It's like significantly calmed down. This is the type of crossing we were dreaming of.
Hold on, let's run to the open sea.
We had called a couple of loopers that have traveled kind of off of our port side, because there's a pretty large shoal over there. Not only does like the shelf of the kind of the really shallow area comes out far, but there's like this pocket of like 4 feet of water. So we called out at a couple people, and it's really apparent if you use navionics. And what we do is we kind of shade the relief, and so if it's under 5 feet, it gets a color, like other than just the light blue or the white that navionics uses. And that really shows when you're going around a shoaly area for us. One thing I didn't realize about coming into Steenhatchee is how shallow the entrance is. I'm saying 4 to 5 feet in the middle of the channel. We draw 3.5. We don't really like to cruise within a half a foot and a foot, because the way I see it, any piece of debris can come in and now you don't have any clearance and you ding something. But it is high tide. We have 2 feet over low tide, so we're gonna keep that in mind. And I have to think about it for tomorrow, because if we barely get through a high tide, we need to make sure we're at high tide when we leave. But our buddy boat, New Bearings, who draws 4.5, they're ahead of us. They seem to be moving, so I think we're gonna be good, as long as I stay in the channel.
That without my love for the ocean, I will be no one. No one. You're holding my mind in a tight grip.
Nellie's saying hi.
Nelly! We've made our anchorage, and it's kind of hard because a lot of this is uncharted, so we're gonna go nice and slow getting off the channel, and hopefully we don't run aground.
Through my heart, through my
We did it!
Gulf crossing.
Drama-free,
Schmolf crossing.
tear-free. Wow.
Accomplished.
I don't know that I would have said that. I definitely thought there'd be tears.
At least anticipatory tears.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah.
Check out our comprehensive travel guide to the Big Bend Gulf Crossing on our website at showandjoe.com.
We include a background of the region, a daily itinerary with marinas and anchorage options, and boater resources in the area.
Time to celebrate our Gulf crossing.
We have doggy ice creams for Ollie, and then we have Snickers like ice cream bars. I mean, it was a pack of 6. We have one for every single day as part of this journey.
All right,
Great
Paul.
job, Ollie. Good job, teammate, crewmate.
There you go.
Yeah, you can
Here, I'll
take
set it down right here.
So to a good part 1 of our Gulf crossing. Cheers.
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 Oh yeah. And the great thing is it got hot enough today to really just, you know, make this ice cream extra good too.
Yeah. Mmm.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you have any questions about what the overnight crossing is like, America's Great Loop Cruisers Association has a lot of information on it. And if you're interested in seeing other perspectives on it, there's other YouTube channels that have filmed that, including On Fire Family, The Boomer Shines, and Stay Cool, that we know of. I'm sure there's more too that have done that and we don't know about it. But those are the ones that did that last night. So there's a variety of other perspectives that you can get.
And if you have questions about what weather we chose, why we made the decision to leave today, how we came to that decision, make sure to leave a comment below, and maybe we'll share that in a future video. We have a rule not to share weather planning and reasoning before the trip because of some previous experiences. So now we only share it after. It's just more of a superstition kind of thing. I tried calling the marina to see if they would let us dinghy and let the dog out over there, because there is a boat ramp, but it's not actually too far from here. It's just farther, and they didn't answer. But then as soon as I called Art and Sharon, you guys have met on the vlog. They have a YouTube channel. I'll link it here. And anyway, they called and they said, you might be on the ground where you are in the morning, because there's basically almost 4 feet of tide here. So that's pretty close to 4 feet of water. So the dog master told them, and they called us, which was just super kind. Or I asked Art to ask the dog master if we could bring the dinghy in, and we can bring the dinghy in. So that is the plan. Super nice. They even said they have bathrooms and showers too. So like, super kind people. It's a new marina, and they have a big old AGLCA logo on the side of it. So you can see they're catering to the loopers, and a lot of them are there. So you can see why.
Bye, Pivot.
So we didn't go to a marina, but we got the marina effect by spending probably an hour talking to other loopers,
Yes.
all of which who we have met before throughout the past 5,000 plus nautical miles.
Yeah, it's fun seeing and meeting other loopers, and everybody's in a good mood because everybody's Gulf crossing went really well.
Yeah.
So
We're walking Ollie, although there's not a whole lot of space to like walk Ollie on a sidewalk and all of that, so we're just kind of walking around random spots.
that was a nice walk. Not as great as we normally like. There's no sidewalks here. It's okay. We're already checking the weather for our next couple days, because as part of the Big Bend route is you have multiple days of more exposed, but the biggest section and the most exposed section is over. Fast forward, it's now 10 p.m. Jen and I just basically spent the last few hours working, kind of catching up on a lot of things. We've been really just focused on the crossing for the past week. And almost 2 weeks. And so there's a lot of work that needs to get done behind the scenes to make that happen.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we have a 50 nautical mile cruise.
In a part of the Gulf that's pretty exposed, so it's not nearly as offshore as today was, but it's another big day in part of our Big Bend approach to our Great Loop journey.
And part of that means we need to leave really early, so I have a 5 a.m. wake up call. We're leaving before the sun comes up.
Yeah.
So
we thank you for joining us today on our journey around America's Great Loop, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Today is going to be a good day.
It's gonna be a good day. Smile
With the rising sun, singing sweet songs, with melodies pure as gold, singing, this is my message to you. Baby, don't worry about a thing. Don't worry.
No worries.
No worries.
Cheers.
I was totally gonna spoil our dinner.
We'll go for a walk with Ollie first.
Oh, okay.
Pour this in.